Hi folks, I'm down Kirkcaldy Prom today, and thought I'd do a wee video on something which it's been in Kirkcaldy all my life, and it's been here for best part of maybe 40 or 50 years. Not this building that's behind me, which is on the site of the old Jackie O's. I'm talking about this building, the Esplanade car park. Possibly one of the ugliest buildings ever. So we're going to take a wee explore, talk about a wee bit of the history of it, and a bit about the future as well. So hope you enjoy. So those of you familiar with the prom will obviously know the changes that have happened recently. So the swimming pool that was around there, it's been demolished and it's now further down here. Still got the market, which is here, and the multi-storey car park for the market as well, and then the Esplanade car park, and behind that the Thistle Street car park. So the proposals were made in, I think, the mid-60s, but the work didn't actually carry out until the early 70s, when they demolished the warehouses and the streets that were here. So there was Thistle Street, which is what the other car park is named after, Rose Street, Market Street, and I can't remember what the name of the other street is, but it'll be flashing up along the bottom now probably. So I think, because it's very difficult trying to get information about these places, but I don't know if it was this one that was built first and then that one. Looking at the design style, I would say that's maybe more 70s and that's 80s, but I don't know. Like I say, if trying to get information, it's quite difficult. They all just kind of say about how many parking spaces are in the car parks. But you can obviously see a stark difference in the architecture style between the two. You know, this one's hideous. I've always thought that was hideous. Doesn't look modern now anyway. Obviously it had a style in the time, but now it just looks terrible. It's functional though, so I mean, that's one thing. But one thing that I did find out was the yearly cost to run these car parks is exceeding how much they're actually making. So they've been talking about, in the last couple of years, they've been talking about demolishing them, but they won't demolish them until they have another plan in place for them. So at least that's a good thing, that they're not going to just demolish them and leave nothing behind. Now, one of the big changes that I remember as a kid was when you walked along this area, in here was like a big open, I mean that bit there obviously, this wall, that continued along to basically beyond, you know, to there, and there was a set of doors that you went up into the market, and along the bottom there was, I think the doors are still there actually, looking at it. I mean, I remember it being bigger, but that's maybe because I was smaller. But there was doors for Tesco in the corner there, so there was like a bottom floor to Tesco's, and then you went up the escalator, and then there was a top floor of Tesco's, which then became Woolies and is now, what's there now? Is it Peacocks? And Superdrug and But Home Bargains. So that was all Tesco's. So there was an upper level and lower level. The lower level you had like groceries, and then the top level was clothes, toys, homewares, things like that. And then below there, I don't think there was anything, but then obviously you had the swimming pool in this area up here. So you would kind of walk along here, go up the stairs and head to the swimming pool. car park itself is pretty much just a car park. So we've got the lifts, and then there's the. Now the thing, one of the other things I liked as a kid, just the simple things, the fact that you came in here, and to get out you had to go down and then out. So to me it was, yeah, I mean, obviously it's just because it's a slight gradient, you know, outside, so it then creates two different levels. But to me it was always kind of seemed a bit kind of funny. Right, so what we'll do is we'll go up the stairwell. Obviously level 2. So there's where the swimming pool used to be. We'll maybe go out onto that bit and have a wee better look rather through a grubby window. It smells very clean in here. Oh, you can't go out then. Damn it. Oh well. There goes that idea. Right, so there's the market in there. And then, like I say, the swimming pool used to be attached onto here, so there'd be opening there you would go through. So you'd always, whenever we come down here, you'd be walking along here and there was always the smell of the chlorine. So we'll take a walk into this one. This car park, obviously, just a car park as well. And there's the back of the high street. So there's Blue Monday there. So that was the nightclub. And it was always a challenge coming down those stairs when it would be closing. So the old maps show this as being, you know, you had Rose Street and Market Street, Thistle Street, and there was warehouses dotted around as well. And obviously, when the council got the permission granted, they then demolished everything here to build, you know, the market there, and then the multi-stories here. So, like I say, I don't know if it was this one first, then that one. I mean, looking at the style, you know, you'd think that probably would be this one first, and then they decided to make that one look, I don't know, I have no idea. I mean, as you can see, the car parks, you know, granted it's during the day, you know, during the week, the car park's pretty empty. I always used to like parking on that bit. Oh, you can't park in there now. Disappointing. So we used to park here when we were at college. Used to park in the top one up here. and then would steal things out of Paul's car, because Paul's car didn't lock. So he'd steal like his Nerf guns out the back of his car. Have a fight around the top of the car park. And then there was one time we actually moved his car. He had parked his car there, and we got in, let the handbrake off, and moved it across to there, hid it in the wee alcove bit, and then we ran and hid behind one of the pillars in the other car park. And Paul come up and he's like, "Where's my car?" We were all creasing ourselves laughing. So there's where the swimming pool used to be. Now, I mean, they had a lot of plans for like a market extension. They'd been talking about having a picture house and a bowling alley and things like that, but they needed a big supermarket chain to agree to take the big retail unit. Obviously, because Tesco's in the postings has moved away, BHS is gone, so they were looking for like a big retailer. So they had Morrison's and Tesco's were thinking about opening one up, but Tesco's have already opened up. They already opened up a big supermarket in Dunfermline, so they didn't really see any need, and they've just been opening up the Tesco Expresses around Kirkcaldy, so they didn't really feel a need to have a big retail unit in the town centre, particularly when more people are going out of the town to buy their shopping. So Morrison's had been thinking about it until there was an organisation had persuaded Morrison's to build on the old B&Q site by the bus depot. So they did. They built there, and because there was not a major retailer wanted to build on, as part of the market extension, the plans fell through. So it's still kind of sitting in limbo at the moment, and there's not really any kind of major plans in place to do anything, which is really disappointing. So like I say, I mean, it's quite a view from the top of the car park. But the design of the building's just, it's always been hideous, you know. I mean, I'm sure it looked nice when it was first built. I'm sure it looked very modern and edgy, but as times went on, obviously the bricks have gotten dirtier, styles have changed, and now it just looks old. Right.
Elevator is going down. Floor 0, door open.
Uh-huh. So there we go. There's a lot of history involved, obviously, in it. It's been here for a long time. There's been a lot of people parking their cars in it, but who knows what the future has in store for it, since the number of people visiting the town centre has been dwindling over the last decade. We'll see whether it's still here in another 10 years' time. Who knows? So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and share, and we'll catch you later.